think it's only 4 or 5 in history who've ever gone to 20 plus defences, so that's a massive aim for me, you know. I got to look at the goals. I finally got the recognition as one of the top 10 pound fighters in the world. You know, some say my performance against Lacey was one of the best seen in the British ring, coming from the likes of Sugar Ray Leonard, Vander Holyfield. At the end of the day, you know, it's beyond my wildest dreams. And perform my best fight, the most important night of your life is great. I've done that, and I'm inconsistent as well. So my last fight went great, but I always seem to pull it out when I really need to pull it out. And that's the thing about a champion, is when I go and gets tough, and you see the best of me. What motivates me against Manfredo is getting to that magic number 20. You know, fight in front of my home fans in Cardiff in the Millennium Stadium, possibly 30,000 people. You know, I can't let them down. I can't let myself down. So, although Manfredo's talking a good fight, he's confident, but I'll beat that confidence out of him come April the 7th.
Yeah, April 7th, interesting. It seems like a long way away now, before Christmas. You'd rather have this happening in Jan, Feb, wouldn't you?
I would have preferred the fight in original date March the 3rd. Unfortunately, we can't do it. You know, the difference would have been maybe fighting outside of Cardiff somewhere else, but to wait an extra month and fight in front of my own fans in Cardiff in the Millennium Stadium, which is probably the only opportunity in my career, that's not a problem for me. Waiting to just go wait one more month to create history, and I can do that.
Flipping rugby gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the underfloor heating.
Oh, really?
Something to do with the underfloor heating about that date, but I don't know the details. But yeah, you know, April 7th. My aim is still to fight 3 times next year, but first things first, you know, the Manfredo fight, getting to that 20, and that's another thing out of the way that nobody can take away from me.
Recognition, Joe, is interesting. You mentioned that just now. I mean, sports personality is one thing. Some people take it seriously, others don't. But quite apart from that, do you feel that you get the recognition that you deserve, and maybe you would have got if you'd been fighting 10 years ago?
What do you mean?
Well, just because, I mean, your profile now, you're fighting on terrestrial TV. That's what I'm saying, you are now. But a lot of your big wins, looking back over the 20, have been on satellite TV or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
There's
been a big difference. It's been a massive difference. Listen to me, I've always said, you know, people say, why in your household name? You know, you're world champion for years because fighting on satellite TV. You know, my last fight was nearly 5 million viewers. And that is probably, I wouldn't know exactly the sums, but a few 100,000 would watch it on satellite TV. So there's a massive difference. You know, now the difference is I walk on the street and people recognise me in London. You know, even in America, I get recognised in New York, and I would never ever have that if obviously I was still fighting on satellite. So, you know, it's late in my career, but I'm still really happy and I'm milking it. I'm hoping I'm going to go on to have bigger fights, and my next fight is going to be probably the biggest audience I've ever fought in front of. It's going out live on HBO. It's going out in the evening on HBO. It's prime time over here as well. So, hey, I've got to make sure I put a great performance on. I don't want to let myself down and fight a below par performance.
You mentioned just a few fights you've got left. I guess the chances are, if there were to be big fights, there would be in the States. I mean, is there any sense this could be a farewell to Cardiff and Wales with a big 30,000 Millennium Stadium? This
could possibly be my last fight in Cardiff. I wouldn't say it is, but it could possibly be. I still stick to one to fight 12, possibly 16 months. But you know, if I fight 3 successful fights in 2007, I will seriously consider sitting down and seeing where I go from there, because, you know, I think maybe I've achieved nearly everything I want to achieve in boxing as regards to, you know, hopefully going up to 175, win the title at that weight, getting to that 20 mark, and financially, you know, so, but, you know, first things first, you know, Peter Manfredo is a good fighter, so I'll just take it one fight at a time.
Yeah, let's end with just another point about him. I guess his background is unconventional. I mean, he took an opportunity to get in the limelight, didn't he? I mean, does he lack credibility at all in your eyes with the background that he's had over the last couple of years?
It's easy to look at and easy to see. You know, a lot of people will think he's an easy fight for me, but his performances in the Contender wasn't great. But as you heard in the press conference, you know, they did weigh-ins and a few hours before the fight. You know, he lived with the people he's going to fight with 5-round fights opposed to 12-round fights. So, you know, you've got to take that competition with a pinch of salt. You know, basically, I've watched his last 2 performances this year against Scott Pemberton, former world-class super-middleweight, Joey Spina, world-ranked super-middleweight, and he knocked them both out of 3 rounds. Looked very impressive. So, you see how confident he is. You've got a great trainer behind him in Freddie Roach. So, you know, he's going to come rearing to fight and give him the opportunity of a lifetime. So, I need to be on my A game on the night, for sure.